Alrighty, everyone, my fellow mercs out there, how are you doing tonight on a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening? Had at least a good rest day yesterday after a very, very long day at work, at least for the few hours that I had left after I had gotten home. Yeah, able to get some side stuff done, and was able to relax today with my day off from my in real life job today. Got some D&D, and yeah, apparently something ended up happening that's a little bit. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment, but yeah, let's go ahead and get things started. If you ever have problems with brigands, monsters, or the struggles of everyday life, I am the mercenary for the job. I am Zenny, mercenary VTuber for hire, at your service. Hope y'all having a wonderful day and hope y'all enjoy today's stream. As today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Justice for All. As last time we were continuing on with the proceedings with the first sort of like true trial of the game, not the tutorial trial, the true trial, as we are still in the unfortunately second trial of Maya Fey. I hope this is not a recurring theme that she always has to stand trial in each and every single one of these games, or at least the ones that are involving Phoenix Wright himself. But yeah, it has. We have been going through quite a bit with this particular trial. We were able to get a last bit of sort of like first of evidence and sort of like and questioning and stuff like that before we went into the very first day of the trial section, and some stuff was uncovered, and I have my own sort of like theories as far as what is actually sort of like going on. It's just a matter of just sort of like waiting for sort of like events to sort of like unfold and making sure that I'm doing I'm not sort of like trying to impose stuff like too early before the game actually wants me to go ahead and do so. But yeah, we ended off right in the sort of like the middle of sort of like the second day of investigation. So yeah. We'll have to see how much we are able to get through with this. But yeah, otherwise, so yeah, an interesting little thing ended up sort of like happening today, and it was actually right in the middle of the D&D session that I was in with the Evil campaign. It's just sort of like we're in the middle of this sort of like this sort of like series of fight that started with a bar fight with an automaton bartender and a Matryoshka, a huge iron golem with a bunch of like 16 sort of like little iron golems that was inside of it. It's I know it's weird. But at the very least, for what we were going to be in for, I am very glad that my Grave Domain Cleric be kind of busted when it comes to dealing with smaller mooks. My Grave Domain Cleric is very much the nuke the mooks type of guy. That is what he works best at, other than healing, of course, because my god, do Grave Domain Clerics have some really good healing options. Boy, do they ever. But yeah, they work very well with clearing a bunch of like the smaller enemies and doing all of the healing. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. But what ended up happening while I was in the middle of said madness was I had gotten an email. Now, a while back, just sort of like on a whim, I decided to sort of like apply for what I ended up getting. So, what is sort of like going on is that Twitch has this sort of like this sort of like little side thing called the Creators Club. It's basically sort of like a Discord server that you have to sort of like apply to. You have to qualify for. That allows you to sort of like gain access to a Discord server that is home to a whole bunch of other content creators, and they're sort of like set up in different clubs. Like there's stuff for like in real life, sort of like cam streamers. There's stuff for sort of like more sort of different varieties of sort of like streaming and stuff that is done on Twitch, and there is one for VTubers. Obviously, I applied for the VTuber club specifically. It's all on the same server, but you get permissions as far as what you can sort of like see, sort of like initially, and after sort of like 2 weeks of being within sort of like the server, that you are able to sort of like be able to start applying for like be able to see more. But that I'm not really going to be interested in that, but I'm really more interested in sort of like having the chance to be able to sort of like connect with other VTubers out there that are also a part of this. And there is a lot of people in this thing, and who knows, I have been in, I am currently like in like a couple like other sort of like collective servers that are sort of like geared towards sort of like playing for like collabs, and I haven't done too much on that, like sort of like straight up sort of like info drop as far as like the previous like actual collab that I did with the other guys for the Mario Party the Mario Party Jamboree. I think that was actually started in one of these sort of like collab servers that was actually headed up by the heavy metal elf VTuber Alara, who also does a whole bunch of like new stuff and stuff like that. I connected with the guys in that particular like Amprez and the others on that particular server. So who knows? Maybe being able to sort of like get into sort of like this kind of stuff. Who knows? Maybe be able to get back into some more collabs, and I might have to run into a little bit of luck if I'm going to be able to make sort of like the goal that I had sort of like set myself back at the beginning of the year of being able to sort of like average one collab per month, because we are already in April and only had sort of like one true collab. So yeah, gonna have a little bit of making up to do, but hey, who knows? we got into the Twitch Creator Club, so who knows? Our luck could change around here. So, but yeah, that is sort of like the lowdown on what was going on. It was just sort of like I did not actually expect to get accepted into it, simply because just like I do look at my stats like at like sort of like after streams and stuff like that. I keep track of some stuff, because even though it kind of is depressing, you gotta keep track of some of that stuff. And I did, compared to like some of the other people that get accepted in there and even get sort of like special positions. Obviously, it's not a good thing to sort of like compare yourself to others, but I just never really could see myself being accepted in something like that. But actually getting that email and seeing that I was actually accepted in there was actually sort of like this, oh my goodness, and I, I'm pretty sure that Anki can tell you just sort of like how panicked I was because we were in the middle of sort of like a combat situation during that, and I was just trying to process so much. Trying to sort of like start to get stuff ready to sort of like make announcements and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that is what is going on. So yeah, just sort of like the big update as far as like how things are going here. And yeah, other than that, yeah, let's go ahead and get right into some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So go ahead and start setting up over here, and my mark's out there. If you would like to let us know how you are doing today, I would very much appreciate it if you can let us know how you are doing. And yeah. All right. Let's get right into it. I'll also get myself a little bit of a stretch here. Yeah, yeah, that is actually another sort of like thing. I think I got like, what was it, like 4 or 5 natural 20s all in this one session today, something like that. Like, I got so many natural 20s. Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't karma doesn't come back to bite me in other campaigns, because I don't want anything bad to happen to my characters. I don't want anything bad to happen to them at all. All right. Let's get right into it. And 2 of those, that's were the same. Yeah, the same route of combat. Yes, there were one from my cleric himself, and the other from the spiritual weapon. So yeah. All right. So okay. Yeah, I believe we had. So that is where. Okay, so yeah, we finished talking with Maya here in the detention center. So yeah, time for us to move back to Green Village. Oh, hey, Lada. Oh. Ah. Hey, wait. Police, Lada. She ran off in into the manor. Well, we gotta chase her down. Lada. Hey, I'm telling you, quit following me. You hear? I'm a worthless piece of trash. You lay eyes on me, and they'll turn you to dust. Well. Oh no, we're not supposed to. I'm still suspicious of you, Innie. Pretty sure I saw Lada run in this direction, but it doesn't look like she's here. Well. Oh, little steel samurai ball. It's Pearl's ball. Maya said it was always kept in the clothing box. So then what is it doing on the floor? Pearl's favorite toy. She was playing with this at a time. Considering how sheltered Pearl is, I think she just it's a favorite ball because it's probably one of the only sort of like playground balls that, as odd as that is to say, that she not necessarily for like it being sort of like marketed for Steel Samurai because I doubt she knows that what the Steel Samurai is. Clothing box for Pearl's product you should get. I wonder what's inside. Ah, what? Oh, a lot of. What were you doing in there? What were you thinking? A bad person. I'm just another piece of human trash. I need a hole to crawl into. So you crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into? Oh, man. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, Maya probably got the ball. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that is what more than likely happened. Because, yeah, we know that Maya loves the Steel Samurai. There's a small hole in this clothing box. And it's about 8 inches off the... That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen. Could this... Methinks a theory of my... or at least one part of my theory may be correct. I felt my soul take for a second when Lotta jumped out. So it's big enough to fit a grown adult. Well, if she can be called an adult. Who am I? Someone here. So a wooden bear sculpture, huh? Crane Village, the heart of channeling. All right. I don't think there's anything really else I can glean from here. Well, time to head into the mediation room. Oh, Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now. What person? You know, the person with the fluffy candy hair. You must be talking about Lotta. Oh, she means Lotta. She said, don't look at me with them eyes, but I'm not that scary, am I? I don't think that's quite what she meant. That's right. She also wanted me to tell you I'm going on a trip to find myself, so don't bother finding me. Oh, well, thanks. You're welcome. All right. Oh, okay. It looks like we are at the point where we can be able to utilize the Magatama. So let's go ahead. We've got 2 Cyclops. All right. Pearl's alibi. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay? But if I can't just tell you what happened? I guess, what happened? How does that sound? You can do that? Well, tell me if I guess something right, won't you? Yes. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here, right? Alright, so...
Take that!
You were here, weren't you, Pearls? In the winding way? Wow, you got it. So, do you think you can tell me now? I'm sorry, not yet. Gentlemen, right. What next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there. You really know that much? I am a lawyer, you know. What was it the girl was doing in the winding way? And that's where we're gonna present the ball.
Take that!
We're playing with this ball, right? That's right. How did you know? Well, one cyclock gets broken. Maya told me that you love to play with the ball. Yeah, I was playing with my ball. Uh-huh. And then? Something happened, huh? Something really bad. What do you mean, something? Nothing happened. This is it. While you're playing with your ball, this happened. Alright. Oh. Wait a second. Crud. Crud. I accidentally don't have enough evidence. Okay, yeah. Thankfully, we can safely... Okay, no, we gotta move. Back over here, because we need... There we go. Okay, there we go. That's what we need. Ooh, that was...
Take that!
Alright. Thankfully we can do this. Okay, so we gotta start over from the beginning again. Alright. Okay, there we go. You gotta make sure.
Take that!
Yep. And...
Take that!
Yep, there we go. Alright, so... Something like that happened. What ended up happening was something happened to the urn. And that's why I need to go back to have that in as evidence.
Take that!
This urn. It's a village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the Korean village is sealed in there, isn't it? In here, isn't it? Yes. What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there. Please don't tease me. Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? The ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange that the lock isn't broken yet. It's really old urn, isn't it? I guess. It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. Her voice is shaking. How can you tell that urn has been broken? I think I know what we... Yeah. So we actually need to... Yeah, if it's got... Yeah, the thing is, the way that the urn is reassembled, it's spelling out I am. But the thing is that it was hastily done together, not put together right. It's supposed to spell Almy.
Take that!
Who started the Korean channeling technique? It was Mystic Ami. That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. Spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a little odd when I saw I-A-M written on this urn. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn and made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Yep, there we go. Alright, the unlock is successful. Alright, so let's hear it. Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the winding way with my ball. And that's when you broke the urn? Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Mami's spirit fly away. Don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so... You thought you could put them back together and no one would notice. Yes. I found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean the winding way? Yes. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. Huh. I see. Well, about how long did it take you? Must have been a pretty nasty repair job. I'll say, it's gonna be... There is sort of like an instant thought when it comes to specifically urns that I would instantly want to sort of like think of. I'm not sure if they're gonna sort of like bring it up, but usually urns are meant for carrying ashes. Not sure if they're gonna bring it up as a point or not, but I would wager whether the ashes ended up spilling and possibly sort of like getting blown in the wind, because they're not making any mention of like if it was like windy that day or if there were no ashes there to begin with. Not sure if that's going to be a plot point, but that is something that sort of like my mind goes to. Because if there were... Because even with sort of like a windy day, you would probably expect at least still some of the ashes to be somewhere near where the urn crashed and cracked. Yes, I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor. So I That's around when Lana and I were coming back inside from after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? I'm gonna get banished, aren't I? I really don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Omni's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done and a happy resolution. I'm not so certain about that, Phoenix. Alright. 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 Time to head back to the Crane Village. I think I found out everything I can. I can't see how it all adds up. And is any mini being here just a coincidence? Yeah, once again, she is here way too long for someone who is in the schools and just here on a passing interest because of the fact that it's related to something that she is interested in. Hey, mister! How is that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? That nurse turns out to be Innie's sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you. Wish I knew a little more about Innie. But where am I going to find info like that? Oh, I get it. You can't be bothered to look over at trash like me. Is that right, Mr. High and Mighty? Lana! Oh, so you finally noticed. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word. Oh, I gotta hand it to you. You sure know how to chase down the garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this. Thanks. But you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? As for following or chasing, whatever it isn't what you're doing. Is that what you're doing? Yeah. Well, you see, you're not exactly a real gentleman with a lady's heart, are you? Gotta stick it to where it hurts, huh? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Alright. Well, let's talk to her. Look, I'm really dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya really badly, Lotta. I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me. She may be a comic relief, but at least she's not harmful. She's harmless. We'll forgive her. Oh, I guess I can. You did help Maya out too, after all. For real? Yeah, for real. Thank goodness. I'm still what? No, nothing. Nothing at all. Just talking to myself, you know, gibberish. Now then, a lot of heart at your service. I'll share with you all the dirt I dug up. Thanks. Hey, don't be all surprised. Tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Why am I not taking money? Now I know this is an alien called, goddammit. If Maya's not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Lotta? Well, heck, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak. I mean, Innie Minnie. Well, there ain't anyone else it could be, right? Like Granny, you and me, we were all together in that whole time. A lot of suspects Innie. Yeah, I think Innie was the one that actually committed the murder. But once again, like I said with sort of my theory, I do think that the aunt is in collusion. Because Any Mini has nothing as far as sort of like to motivate it to sort of like specifically frame Maya. Which means she might have already found some info about our mysterious Innie. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and ask about little Miss Innie Mini. Yeah, that's Innie Mini, right? Yeah, I was wondering if you know anything about this girl. You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. Yeah, her as such. I also had heard that Annie was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Crane Village. You don't say. That's one sneaky gal, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? Alright. Talk. Speaking of Annie, do you have any other information about her? Sure. Well, what is it? It'll cost ya. Weren't you saying that you were going to give this information for free? Just saying. Silly me here, I thought free meant no money necessary. That girl was hospitalized about a half a year ago. Huh. Hospitalized? But why? Well, heck, if you go find out on your own. Here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something. Maybe? What's that supposed to mean? Well, see, actually, it was going to be annoying, I reckoned, so I didn't actually go there. Well, that's the way the gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sound. No. Nope, don't want that. Nope. Never actually had gumbo before. But then again, considering the fact that it's known for having unique texture, I probably would never have ever thought of trying it. So, once again, me with my thing with not being good with textures. So I don't have much of a choice. I'm gonna go check out this Hottie Clinic. Hottie Clinic. Yeah, you look like the type of guy that would run a clinic like that. Hottie Clinic. Well, I shouldn't assume that that this is the same exact clinic that Dr. Gray worked out of, but. Well, that is where we need to go next, so. Well, who knows? Maybe it is. I imagine that they would send us here if it didn't have more than one connection, so. So this is where Annie was hospitalized. What the hell are you? Get away from my screen! This is no.
No! Please, no! No! No!
Excuse me, why? Can I just have a break? Can I just have one break?
Yeah. Oh my god. You are disturbing. Yes. You're here to visit a patient. Yeah, my eyes, this kid. Yeah. I will, the sooner we can get him off the screen, the better. Yes. You're a doctor here? Yes. I'm Dr. Hottie. Okay. Even more so than Dr. Gray. You absolutely look like a guy that would run a place called Hottie Clinic. Well, not the fact that your name is that, but Dr. Hottie. Didn't think I'd be speaking with the doctor himself, director himself. Yes. Oh, what can I help you with? I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Innie Minnie. Miss Minnie. Yes. Oh, her. I've heard a face only a mother can love, but no mother can. Yeah, like. Too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago. Here you are, sir. You know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you. Oh, sweetums, calm down. Don't be so harsh on an old man like me. Don't you dare start that sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. Wow, I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come on now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yes. Yes, yes, me. Who in the world are you? I'm Director Hottie. Ho, ho, ho. Nurse went off somewhere. Oh, humanity. The only person I can talk to. Nope. Why do we have to deal with this? Why? Well, guess we have to talk to him. More like Dr. Scratchy Nasty. God damn it. So what exactly do you treat at this clinic? Yes, we treat all sorts of doctor-y clinical stuff. Yes. Doctor-y clinical stuff. Why would anyone go to a place where you are here? Never mind the look. Just that response alone warrants so many violations of health and health codes I actually don't know or particularly care about the details. This is getting worse by the sentence. This is getting absolutely worse by the sentence. Yes. What does that look for? Yes, there's really a big general hospital around the corner. Yes. And they can't accommodate anyone. They move some of their patients here. Like I said, this is getting worse by the sentence. We need to get through this. Oh my goodness. You do surgeries here, right? Yes, we do some plastic surgery here, it seems. How are you... Yes. You're right, Rob. He's still.
It seems that way.
Yeah, he hit rock bottom, but he somehow is still digging. What do you know about Miss Innie Minnie? Nope. Nope. Getting out of here. Getting out of here. You guys have no access to. You guys have absolutely no access to the things. You cannot force me out of here. Nope. Just done. Bye. Yes. What the hell is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you? Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Now you're talking. Yes, the girl, she was transferred from the general hospital.
Yeah. From the general hospital to here? What kind of surgery did she need?
Yes. Well, she needed surgery. It was really bad. Really bad.
What kind was it?
Yes. Well, no. You see, that is something... No, I can't tell you.
So you say it with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director.
See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patients.
Actually, in the case of like court cases and stuff like that, yes, that information is
Emotional damage.
Is needed to sort of like be brought forth. But yes, there is this like with like HIPAA and stuff like that, where yeah, there is a code as far as making sure that the stuff about patients is actually kept as confidential as possible from public record. So yeah, that is somewhat based in actual sort of like medical practice. So.
There's all those TV shows too, right? You've seen them, right? Yes.
Never gonna get him to unzip those broken zipper teeth at him. Is at this rate. Gotta be something I can show this old. Show him your attorney badge. I would probably say, but yeah. Literally, the thing that it tells me to do. Show me my attorney badge. We have a court case. We need information. The HIPAA does not protect against needing information for a court case.
What's this?
I'm a lawyer. Right now, I'm investigating a murder.
Yes. What is with your angry face? Violence is the answer. Yes.
The trial is tomorrow, and I would really like some information from you.
Is that right? Well, you know, I think I can let you in on a little secret.
What's that?
Yes, actually. Not the realtor.
I need to
I
take...
just... No, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
I needed to take a moment to look into myself in the mirror and just cry. I needed that moment. My soul left my body. My day, I'm greatly upset, and my day is ruined. My day is ruined by this absolute creep. I had a feeling the moment that that the nurse told him to give the director's coat. Are you kidding me? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that.
Yeah? What do you mean?
Do I have to explain this to him?
Well, hold on. I'll give you something. Real information, okay? Actually, this clinic's... Let's see, this place is Walking Dictionpedia.
Diction? You mean a walking encyclopedia?
Yeah, that...
Don't make that face with those hand motions. Do not. I will bring out my axe. I will bring out my gun. You put away that face. It got worse. I actually read the line. It got worse. What is going on with this? Now, how about you keep that kind of information to yourself?
Oh, no.
Once again. Nope. Put away that face.
No! None of that!
Shame on you. Little Miss Inny Minnie.
Girl, I remember her especially well. Really, especially very well.
How haven't you been sued by every single female patient that has come to your clinic? Alright. Please tell me what you know about Inny Minnie.
Yes, I'll get to that. Trust me, I will. That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from the general hospital. This was, yes, a year ago. She was one in those emergency cases.
What was she ill with?
Ill? Nah. She was injured, not ill. With my trained eye, I could see. Yes, I could see it was a huge wound at that.
A huge injury.
Her whole body was wrapped around and round in bandages, and her arm was in a cast.
That sounds pretty severe, all right.
Yes, it was an accident. Accidents are very scary. Cars, yes.
Is this about to go where I think it's about to go? Not with, like, relation to this absolute freak. But what with he's about to tell us? Car, you mean it was a traffic accident?
Yes, that's what gave her the terrible injuries. I swore it was in the papers.
So are they really about to say that the traffic accident that killed her sister also involved Inny herself? Wow.
Yes, yes, I looked it all up. It did. It was terrible. Yes.
Did I even ask what is wrong with this old guy? Alright. Just now, you mentioned something about a big operation.
Are you talking about Miss Ennie's operation?
Yeah. Yes, Miss Innies.
No, that one was one heck of an accident. Yes, her whole face is burned like bad toast. It was bad, very bad.
Is it really that bad?
It was a good thing that Miss Innie had a picture of herself. Heard that the picture was how they put her face together.
Picture?
A girl, see, she had just had gotten her license. So she had just happened to have a license photo on her.
Okay. Oh.
I got her picture as a way to remember her, yes.
Oh, more like swiped. Breach of... Once again. This guy is getting worse with every single sentence. The sooner we can get... Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna repeat the whole thing. We need to get through this.
What? A pretty girl like her. I bet she has lots of pictures of herself.
Sure.
It's a treasure. My treasure. Precious.
What happened to the actual license itself?
Who knows? Didn't bother to ask. Probably got burned up along with the card. Yes.
Right. So you looked up the information on Innie's accident, correct?
Yeah, sure did. Yes, I read every paper that covered it at the time.
What kind of accident was it? Do you remember?
Yes, hold on. I'll go get it for you. The article, I mean.
You have it?
Well, don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so...
Obsessive to the max. I bet I could learn about how to stay on a lead for... Phoenix? Phoenix. No, none of that. Shame on you. I can understand wanting to learn something like that, but not from him. Learn from Lana. That's a lot better person to learn something like that from. Learn from Lana. At least she's not as freaky as this guy is.
Here we go. Yes. According to this, Innie Minnie was in a passenger's...
Yep. Passenger seat, huh?
And dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up, and next minute, see a fire was all around her. Miss Innie fought with the door and finally got it to open and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all the details in this article. Yes.
New clue. Should probably look this up. Yeah, I have a really bad feeling about this one. To quote Buzz Lightyear, I don't think that man has ever gone to medical school. Yep. Like, Sid, at the very least, is just a problem child. This guy, on the other hand, he needs to go. He just plain needs to go.
It's been half a year since Miss Annie had her surgery and got better.
Yeah, I want to, but wait, hold on. Let's go and yep, you're dead. There you go. Just rest, Mr. Hottie here. Just rest. Just let your eyes closed. Just let it all go away. And good.
She was discharged sometime in December last year.
It's already been half a year, huh?
Yes. So how was I? Was I a real help? Wasn't I? Yes.
In other news. Yes, thank you very much.
Yes. Well then, I'll get back. You can get back to my room then. Tell Miss Eni I said hi. Okay.
No, I suspect her, like, from what we can tell, she is, more than likely going to end up being guilty for murder. But even she doesn't deserve a fate as bad as you. Even she does not deserve a fate as bad as you. It's time for me to leave too. Okay. It's definitely time to leave. Why didn't we get to talk to one of the nurses? Well, time to head back to Crane Village. Hey.
Hey, so how was it? Did you go to the clinic?
Anyone would become a killer after spending any amount of time with you. Yeah, I will agree. Lotta, be thankful that you didn't go to the clinic, and fuck you for making me go to the clinic. Just fuck you. Yeah, I found a few things, I guess.
What's the matter? You ain't look so well.
Don't even. No, don't even ask. No. 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 No.
Yeah. Yeah, so earlier that old granny called the cops.
The cops? Why would Morgan call the police?
She said she had something to tell him. Things are sort of getting interesting.
All right.
Honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers in a knot.
I guess you could put it that way.
Oh, it starts out small, you know? Stealing the master's seed, controlling the village folk. Now you see what it's turned into? Murder. That's what.
Yeah, what a mess.
Hey, hold on.
What? That stuff you were just talking about. That's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah? Really?
Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world. Excuse me for not keeping up with the gossip while I was busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat.
Yep. Right now, Master is this medium named Misty Fey, but the one that was really supposed to be the Master was that old granny.
Morgan was supposed to become the master? That really... Were Morgan and Misty by chance twins? Because if that's the case, this is just the Naruto Hyuga situation all over again. Like, literally. If Misty and Morgan were actually twins, that makes way too much sense. Do you know where Eni is, Lotta?
Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She'd hang around in that garden in the middle.
Okay, thanks.
Got something to ask her?
Yeah, I've got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me. So I hear the master has always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter? Turns out that old Bad is Misty Faye's older sister. Oh. Oh. They say the older sister is usually the one who with more spiritual power. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Well, anyway, somehow Granny there lost her younger sister, Misty. Okay, so they aren't twins, so it's not a matter of sort of like technicalities as far as like who was born first or not. It was just a okay, so it's not. It only has sort of like shades, so it's sort of like the Hyuga clan from the Naruto series. So not a complete ripoff. Let's see, so that's made the townsfolk turn against her. So I hear said all sorts of things too, like she's the oldest, and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. Oh, and yeah, this really does give Morgan a lot more motivation to collude in this. So what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. All right. Well, time to... Hey, Horace. Horace? Thank God you got here when you did. Thank God you did not get here earlier. You avoided an absolute worst case scenario. Do not even question why. Just accept your luck as it is. You are blessed, my friend. You are blessed to have not seen it. That is all I will say. Hey, like, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. Okay. Like, what was that scary look on your face? All right. First things first, I want to double check. Yep, we got that. Okay, so we didn't necessarily need this one because we can also use the profile. Okay, we got that. Yeah, we got that. Okay, so thankfully this one is there's only like a few actual sort of like evidence things that we need and we do have them. The rest is just basically sort of like presenting profiles. So we have all that we need.
Take that!
All right. The traffic accident. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. God, yeah. You already know about the creepy. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It just got worse and worse and worse with every single sentence he uttered. Dude. Interesting. And he just asked whose accident. Which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, who you got in mind? For this one, I'm gonna do the profile. How about yours? I want to ask you about your own car accident. And thank you very much, Saribot, for taking care of that. Me? Yes. So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? Okay, this one we're gonna do the newspaper clipping too. Take that! Would you take a look at this? It is a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says, Miss Innie Minnie holds interview about crash. You suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to the hospital, correct? Like, wait. What now? That's not me. I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Innie Minnie, is, like, pretty common. I don't know about that one, Chief. What the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Minnie Minnie, is in here too. Like, totally, wow. What a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps. You think I'm gonna let you get away with that? So, like, now what? Like, do you have something that was totally says I was hospitalized? And this time we will... Take that! This is your proof. Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So, there was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. And I have to say, this photo looks like you. That creepy fake director. Now you're ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a second. But, okay, so, like, I was in an accident, sure. But that's, like, totally not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? Yep, I figured that they were gonna go for this one. Okay. And that woman who died, who do you suppose they meet? You suppose the woman who died in an accident could be... Take that! I believe it was your sister, Mimi. Mimi. You were riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Yep. Figured as much. All right. Yeah, I was like riding in that car with my sister. We were like on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed for my purse and escaped from the passenger side door. And your sister? I couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke. I couldn't see anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister. Oh, okay. I see. All right, I'll have to watch it when I get the chance. He totally did that to, like, pay my sister back. I wonder. This does give any good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray. Yep, exactly. It seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I'm gonna serve you a slice of humble pie. Hope you enjoy it. Huh. Alright, time to move to Crane Village. Okay, yeah. Looks like something's up. Stop! Leave my mother alone.
Ow. Hey, hold on. Okay, pal. I'm not gonna hurt.
Pearl, dear, it is perfectly all right. I'll be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please, let me go too. No, you must stay here and protect the manor. But...
Don't make that face. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Here, look.
Gumshoe? Gumshoe. Don't show the small child the pistol. Don't do that. Ugh. Detective, do not upset me further.
Sorry.
Poor Gumshoe, being dragged off by an ear like that by mother. Okay, so this has never happened before. Pearls. Mr. Nick, I have a really bad feeling I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say something. Yeah, go. God damn it. Well, I made that joke last week when he tried presenting another young person a pistol, and like some of you guys were saying Gumshoe would never do that. Would never tell someone to do a crime, even though he's showing someone a pistol. But hey. Say something, Phoenix. Anything. Terrible at this. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be all right. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't just leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing. Ugh. All right. Well, time to go to the detention center. You kept me waiting, Phoenix. All right. Okay, so Mia is back in Maya's body. Okay. Which means we have another set of Cyclops that we can possibly... Before I go further... Okay, okay. Yep, I have everything I need for this. Okay, good. Mia. So, how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear. Memory serves. Mia had a few Cyclops of her own. Mia, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now. Sure. I welcome you to try. Alright. Oh. Well, first there's actually some things that we can talk to. Yeah. About the real murderer. Yep. Yep, there's the Cyclops. Why, do you think so? It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yeah. Battle of wits against Mia. Alright. There's still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trials. Like, how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. Sorry about that. I do apologize. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? Honestly, I think the murder was there before the channeling even began, before anyone had entered, or at least the intended people had entered the room. You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started, which means that the murderer must have gone into that room before the Yep. That's what I think, in any case. But Maya's already said there was anyone else in. That's true. But we can't figure out the murderer's movements. We're stuck like a beached whale. I never thought I'd see this day. Are you actually asking me about the spirit channeling? This case is all about spiritual channeling. I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. No, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Yeah, I guess you're right. The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling was something our ancestor, Mystic Ami Faye, acquired. heard that name before. The Fey family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Ami was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because, you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism. Amitabha. To this day, her soul is still sealed in the brain signet. Or rather, whether it was through accident or possible theory sabotage, that's no longer the case. It usually sits in the winding way. It has her name written on it. Yeah. Come on, Phoenix. It's just a fairy tale. You say that being able to see you is just a fairy tale too. Alright. Time to begin.
Take that!
We got 3 to deal with. Phoenix. You think I'm hiding information about someone from you, isn't that right? Yes. Alright then. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. Morgan.
Take that!
Morgan Fay, of course. There's no one else you would protect like this, Mia. Well done. But while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else. Yep. Which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. And this is where we're going to present the cloth scrap.
Take that!
The proof is this piece of cloth. I found it in the incinerator near the winding way. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. You mean it's from Maya's costume that she was wearing at the time of the murder? Yes. But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes? But why? I don't know why. But there is only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. Yep. What's that look mean? Your argument is too flimsy. Huh? I have no proof that this piece of cloth is actually from Maya's costume. But this blood. And do you know whose blood it is at this point in time? You don't, do you? Do you have any proof that this piece of cloth is from Maya's costume?
Take that!
I think this is the proof you're looking for. Key to the channeling chamber, huh? At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key. And yet, somehow, it magically ended up in the incinerator at the center garden. You're right. And this is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve. And both this key and the piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was part of Maya's costume. It would certainly seem that way. Someone changed her into a different set of clothes, then burned the costume she was wearing in the incinerator. There is only one person who could have done that. One person who was taking care of me. Yep. Exactly. You did very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yep, she does. But that doesn't mean she's not involved. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me, but I want to know. If my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? How did she... Huh? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, or what? And she needed... Any mini. Any mini. She's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and any mini were in cahoots. Yep. Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. A person would have had to have known a lot about the Fey Manor and the village itself to do this. Morgan already has an alibi. Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. Then assume that any mini was involved somehow. But we have one big problem on our hands. Problem? And with what? We don't have a motive. Actually, we should already have motive. It's been staring us right in the face. Both with any mini and with Morgan. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she? Yeah, no, Innie is the one that wants to kill Dr. Gray. Morgan wants to take the role that Maya's about to inherit. Also, we don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Innie. He doesn't have a clue either, huh? And there is only one possibility. Huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because, Mother, she is the one who holds the key to this. Mother? Mine? Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Faye. Misty and Maya's mother. Why would she bring her up now? Now then. Looks like we're gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. I feel like we should be talking more into this. Okay. I guess it's gonna be brought up during the trial. Alright. Please don't tell me that the... Please do not tell me that the creep gets brought in as a witness. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not. I'm going to do a Kermit thing if the creep is and I will not say anything more than that. So no one actually go finishing what I was gonna say in chat here, okay? If you know, you know. Don't type. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me? Yeah, why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself. And she's so grown up. Yeah. And I'm sure she's felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, and well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. On top of that, I'm a suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you all look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. No, small child. No, we are not looking like we're doing well. What led you to that conclusion? Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. About that. I don't think she is here to support Maya. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough to... this kind of serves two purposes. Wait. From what I remember, I don't think Maya ever had any recollection of what ended up happening when she was sort of like channeling anyone else. So this thing, yeah, he may need Mia for a confidence boost, but this is also a good thing considering the fact that what I'm suspecting Morgan to do and why she's here. I think it's probably best that Pearls does not actually know what's about to happen at this point. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You show me weakness in front of the person you love. God damn it. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? All right, I'll do it. Do it for Mystic Maya's sake. I can't believe that I'm actually thinking that little 8-year-old Pearl here turning into Mia all of a sudden is actually a good thing. See you later then. I'll leave you here alone. Yeah, thank goodness. Nick? This way, Pearls won't be able to see. Yeah, he was thinking the exact same thing that I was thinking of. What do you mean? What's going on? Yeah, Phoenix knows that what's going to end up happening. And I'm looking at my notes, and yep. Oh boy, this is going to be a little bit rough.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world.
All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix.
Don't be foolish, you fooling fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I am the prodigy of who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country.
That's nice, Miss Von Karma.
Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fey.
It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight.
Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session.
that the defendant could have left the Channing chamber, correct?
Yes, and this key is proof of that. This key is the only key to the channeling chamber.
Was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
All right, let's hear it.
The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point.
What?
But Miss Vakarma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant?
I never said that wasn't the defendant.
Then what was the meaning of this?
All I am saying that Mr. Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I am here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fay, to the stand. Just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She really seems torn by this. All right. Witness, name, and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking?
Oh, I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then.
Spirit severing technique?
A technique to remove a spirit from the body and send it back to the other world, that is.
Yes, that is...
You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room.
What? What?
And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape the channeling chamber.
Order. Miss Fay, please testify to this court what happened during that time.
Your Honor, I will try my best.
Okay. This is going to be... This is like deceptive, like as far as like we're coming to understand sort of like what is actually sort of like going on, but in sort of like the context of this particular moment, this is actually deceptively, if we're sort of like talking about in a actual sort of like trial setting, this would be very tough to sort of like cross-examine simply because of the fact that all that we know of is only from what she can specifically say, because this would be a situation where only she would have recollection of what is going on. So trying to sort of like poke holes and try to press and try to sort of like root out any kind of like lies would be pretty much just sort of like grasping at straws, since there is no prior information that has been sort of like released about this particular moment. So, but we're here to do the impossible. So I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. All right. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. The pistol is hanging from Mystic Maya. Okay, so she's starting off with sort of like the section that at least that we have knowledge of. But when is she gonna? Then quick, like suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped. Okay, so this is if yeah, this would have been after both Lada and Phoenix had left. Okay. Like suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this? Yeah, that is going to be... That is the very first question that I would ask as well. Why have you hidden this information that we've needed until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix, right? Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Like I said, trying to sort of like make cracks, we're probably going to have to do a lot of specific pressing to see if she slips up on something. Because a lot of what this is going to predicate on is information that only she would specifically know about, since she would be the only person with recollection of the events that happened at that particular moment, at that particular place. At least contextually right now. Yep, so. Yeah, and just as I'm seeing, yep, we are going to do a lot of pressing. So starting with the second, third, fourth, and sixth. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so... Yeah. If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind.
Yes, that is a very good point.
At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another.
Another what, madam?
She was about to slip. She was about to slip. I hear the end of that sentence. We will question further. There was another reason you wanted us? Wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger. That's what I thought to myself.
Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fay.
This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one on us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue.
Alright. We will press on here. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on... And this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It's very painful for me to say this, however. The witness was lying to the cover for the defendant. Was covering for Maya. So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there was always later. Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit in my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Alright, and... Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember, at that time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey.
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the earth she had called. If she had run away, he wouldn't have given chase right away. Well, yes, I would have. However... Okay, yeah, she's gonna continue on with that. But we're not pressing on this. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went? I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all?
Now that you mention it, I would have to wonder myself.
It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is already ready to move on to her next witness.
That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber.
I hope this isn't going to come back to bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the chanting chamber?
Yes, yes. As you...
Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone.
Who was it? The prosecution calls Miss Innie Minnie, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Innie Minnie? I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name, and occupation.
Okay, so my name is Innie Minnie. I'm researching parapsychology and stuff at university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see. It's I guess most people call it occult stuff.
Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Minnie, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct?
I guess.
If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
For the love of all things good, Your Honor, you have some spine for my sake.
All right. When the channeling started, I was sleeping in the side room. A little later, someone came into the room really suddenly. It was oh my god, totally my sister. I hadn't seen her in so long. I was so happy in a sad way. My sister, she told me something totally terrible.
Once again, Karma's very good at this. Karma is very, very good at this. Once again, she brings it into another witness that we can't really poke any holes at because the only person who can actually sort of testify to what happened is the witness themselves. There is no other facts that we can use to sort of properly cross-examine this.
Now hold your horses, long lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey?
Really now, Your Honor? Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time.
Are you saying that spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister?
Yes, Minnie. She was the nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Well, this is...
Witness?
Yeah?
In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it.
Do I totally, really have to?
Of course.
Miss Minnie, please.
My sister, this was what she said to me.
It was no accident.
I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Innie?
She
took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said?
Yes.
There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It is a bit hard to swallow.
I'd say less so the spirit wanting to get revenge, but more so a sibling wanting to get vengeance.
However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for.
This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. Do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose end thread, and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine the witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder.
Yet again, the foolish fool spouts more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last.
All right. Okay, so once again, gonna have to do a lot of pressing, but I feel like there might be, depending on what sort of like comes up as far as what may get revealed if we press, there might be opportunities to present finally some evidence to be able to counter. Yeah. All right, so. Okay, so we're looking for the fourth statement about the reaction that she had about seeing her sister. Yeah. You were happy in a sad way?
Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister.
But wouldn't most people react? You were surprised at seeing a dead loved one alive again?
But, like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult, but I, like, knew all about the Korean channeling technique.
Point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister.
Yeah, like what she said.
Can I drop this line of questioning? No. We are not. We are going further. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter?
No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange.
But
Don't keep badgering her.
you know the phrase objection. Could you try using that once in a while?
Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important?
Yes, it is important. It's very important. Although I haven't quite figured it out, but it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about.
All right, Mr. Wright. Miss Minnie, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, I'm totally cool with that.
I wasn't scared
scared at all, and like her costume looked like totally normal.
Uh, we're gonna go ahead and present that.
Objection!
That was very well spun lie, Miss Annie.
What are you blabbering about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Minnie, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance.
Like, yeah, and
But I don't think that's what we were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. Or I should say, you thought you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone would appear before you like this.
Blood spray.
Miss Minnie, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order. Miss Minnie, what is the meaning of this? Miss Minnie?
I'm thinking, don't interrupt me.
And what are you stammering about, Your Honor?
As witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though.
First of all, calm yourself, witness.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to snap.
Now, hurry up with the testimony.
If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's gonna be. All right.
Like, the side room was, like, totally kind of...
I don't believe that for a single second. I do not believe that for a single second.
So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood totally blended, right? And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber.
I'm going to have so much fun picking this one apart. Oh, boy, is this going to be an absolute fireworks show. Sort of seeing some of Minnie's reactions as we pick this apart. Yes, no, I see. You have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think? Like, thanks, Gramps.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? All right, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. All right, so I don't even think there's like a single bit of truth in any one of this. So lots of things to present, lots of things to press. So let's go ahead and go right on it. All right, so Okay, first they're gonna have us press on here. And was your sister, no, what was your sister, Miss Minnie, like at the time?
Well, she was like totally flipped out because she just shot Mr. Gray. But I think like she knew. She like said she did something really bad. And like she said she wanted to go with me to like apologize to Miss Morgan.
Did Minnie's spirit really say all that to you?
Like, yeah.
Was your sister calm by that time?
Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better.
I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better.
She says that with a whip at Wright.
And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know?
May I ask you one more thing, Miss Minnie?
Like, sure.
Is there anything you found strange or unusual, just out of place?
Something out of place, like when do you mean?
When? When you... Yeah, when you're going to the crime scene. How about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course?
Like, no, nothing strange.
Answer rather quickly. Now what? Well, press harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something.
I totally can't.
That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. You think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? Yes, it's important. I ask because it's very important. And I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Minnie, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony.
I don't get why, but okay. I didn't see anyone on the way, like, to the channeling chamber.
Wait, yes, okay, yep. So we have... Okay, so... Yep, we have a reason for her to have seen someone on the way there. And we have two things that we can, we have the urn, or we can talk about Pearl. We'll do Pearl Faye first. Actually, for this one, I actually want to do the urn first.
Objection!
Guess you finally found the. I finally found the fault, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn.
Like, urn?
There are cracks. Do you see them?
So, like, what does that prove?
Who cares about some worn-out old urn?
Like, yeah. I already, like, said I didn't see, like, anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. I didn't, like, totally say anything about, like, an urn, did I?
Looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had really been walking along the winding way at that time, there is no way you could not have seen this person. I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay.
Yes, and how's this child relevant?
It just so happens at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden.
Oh?
And she just happened to break this urn.
Oh.
Wait, she broke the urn?
Yep, she accidentally knocked it over with her ball. And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Seeing her flip out and come falling apart is a fireworks show that I am absolutely loving with the Phoenix Wright games. Miss Minnie. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. Or just plain lying. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Minnie. You are a masterful liar.
Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say.
The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Minnie, tell us the truth.
About what?
About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course.
The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room.
I really believe her. Was she really sleeping in the side room? No. There is absolutely no way. Your lies end here.
What do you...
The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible, because there's clearly a contradiction here.
A contradiction? Where is this contradiction?
It's in her testimony just now, yeah. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Minnie, you made this following statement. It's true at that time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police.
So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything?
It's very simple. Miss Minnie, how did you know that fact?
How?
I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could have not known that. Could not have known that. Which means, Miss Minnie, you did in fact go into the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way. She is cracking at the seams.
But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why. This is why I asked this very important question.
Where was the witness at the time of the murder?
Minnie, please answer the question.
Don't ask a question off of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you've put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder?
Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was any... Yep. Now is the time to prove it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where's the witness when the murder took place?
Yeah. The channeling chamber. Miss Minnie was here, of course.
But that's the channeling chamber.
Isn't that the crime scene?
That's right. Miss Minnie was at the scene of the crime.
Order. That's...
Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started.
Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Simple. Miss Minnie was hiding at the scene of the crime.
I was hiding?
Yep, and we are going to... Yep, we're gonna go right behind the folding screen here. Here, of course.
Behind the folding screen?
Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony.
No way. Yeah, behind the yeah. See, you stupid jerk. I recognize that face. I wonder if I... Nope, not that one. Yeah. Looks awfully similar there.
Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball.
Oh no, Miss Minnie. One so young as you shouldn't be saying.
Shut it, Gramps. As if you know exactly how old I am.
I'm sorry.
Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. Yep, looks exactly like... Okay, so... Alright, now it's time to unleash our secret weapon. The clothing box. Miss Minnie, how were you able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding in this box. That tiny little box? No person could fit in that. Oh, sorry. Your theory has already been disproved. Disproved you when she was hiding from me in it.
But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all.
That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know.
That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time.
No, it was not. No, it was not.
Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where this clothing box was at the time of the crime?
Yes. Now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah, we can present the thing and it'll point out the bullet hole again, but we're gonna go with the folding screen this time. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing.
What on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already.
There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground.
A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before?
The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height.
That's right. I hope this hasn't opened your eyes to what has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Minnie, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. And she is going... The fireworks when she finally hits that last breaking point.
Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? You're saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eeny Minnie?
That is exactly what I am saying. Miss Eeny Minnie. You were hiding inside this clothing box all along. You wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey.
Masquerade as Maya Fey.
She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. I would not say that right away, Phoenix. That's probably a mistake right there on your part. Because, once again, she has no motive to specifically blame it on Maya.
No, stop! I can't stand to listen to more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do that all by herself.
Correct. It's not possible. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is.
Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy.
Wait! Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct?
What? You can't be serious.
Miss Minnie, you had an accomplice.
This person.
If it wasn't someone from Corain Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. If it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have that box to use.
Morgan, Faye?
And that the wonderful lady, the witness we had earlier.
What do you have to say to this, Miss Minnie? You shot Dr. Gray with your own two hands. You don't deny it? Or do you deny it? Is she... Are we going to see fireworks? I think we're about to see fireworks. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer kept silently towards the other two, both who had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Okay, so going on the fact that the stab was first before the gunshots. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. Okay, so while she was putting Maya into the clothing box, that is when Dr. Ray shot at the box, and that's where it hit the clothing. That's where it hit the cloth, the box, and the folding screen. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened.
Unexpected?
Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray.
After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room.
Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why upon hearing the shots, we were forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Minnie, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out.
What is one supposed to say?
This is the real truth behind this murder.
Who is that laughing at a time like this?
Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still, by chance, evolving?
What is this time? What is it this time?
Miss Von Karma, surely.
Of course it was me.
You really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty?
What in the world?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area.
And that is...
If this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Working together with a medium pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things?
We can easily tie a motive.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Innie Minnie want to kill Dr. Gray?
Francesca. Uh, we already have it completely in the bag here. This question that you're asking us, we already have the answer in the bag.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive.
A motive? That's... Can't say she has no motive here. And...
Just as I thought. Bore me with your answers, Wright.
He is calling me by that phone.
You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death?
Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself.
Don't be stupid.
No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right?
You want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing?
What do you mean by that?
See now, stupid Gramps. I'm like totally gonna explain, so like please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I like wanted revenge, then I like wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like the guy that thought that the spirit thing was like Dr. Gray. It was like a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know?
Back to her airhead persona. However, you
Pathetic Phoenix, Mr. Phoenix, right? You failed to support your own theory. The end.
I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix, right? What Miss Minnie has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate.
yes there is.
You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point.
Just so many faults, Mr. Phoenix, right? You should really learn your place.
What happened? I thought I had her.
See, like, it's just like I told you. Hope you like your sight, so humble pie.
Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Innie Minnie.
Oh. Is it me? Yep, it's Mia. Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute.
All right.
You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But no, regardless, that girl trained for this crime.
Really?
Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. It's also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion.
Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. Do you want to say that you can prove Miss Minnie had a motive? And why did she kill the victim this way? Can you provide the reason?
Can we do this? Yes, I can. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Minnie had a motive.
Too bad, like, you're too late. I My cross-examination has already ended, after all.
Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? It's supposed to be on my side.
Von Karma only cares about a perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way.
No way.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We'll continue the cross-examination after we reconvene.
Hey, wait a second.
I would say at this point, I'd say the witness would be in contempt of court with how many outbursts that she's had. Madame von Karma wants, no, we are not tossing, okay? We are not tossing anyone for any reason whatsoever. Get a nice drink of water. All right. God damn it. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Annie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why would my aunt... Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, okay, so... Von Karma. Miss Von Karma. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? It had nothing to do with what happened to your dad.
Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation. Looking down on me, even though we're the same age.
Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering.
Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat.
But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back.
Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is.
All right. Court will now reconvene. I just had a terrible thought. I just had a really terrible thought. If we are going to be talking about, since we're going to be talking about, it's pretty much clear we're going to be talking about the accident that happened. I hope. Okay, no, wait. What am I thinking about? There's no way Von Karma would have prepared him for a witness. There was absolutely zero although, actually, now that I remember, I believe there was an incident in the first game where a witness was sort of like prepared on request on a moment's notice. So, God help us all if that happens. Yes, Your Honor?
Can you prove Miss Itty Mitty had a motive?
Yes, I believe I can. Itty Mitty and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. That is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be them. Miss Minnie, please testify to this court about your car accident last year.
Huh? I thought, like, you wanted to, like, ask about, like, motive. I, like, don't see the point in, like, bringing up the past.
Miss Minnie, if you please.
Okay, like, totally don't think it'll do any good, but... That was, like, last year in May. Like, something really bad had happened at, like, my sister's clinic around then. And, like, the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired when she was driving. I was, like, totally pooped too, so I like, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, like, woke up because of a jolt and, like, the sea of flames around me. I, like, opened the door and got away.
I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows day after day last year. Yes, and there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister.
Those were merely rumors. This totally baseless gossip.
Yes, Mr. Wright. You may question the witness.
Right now, it's impossible to prove. And Dr. Gray did, in fact, drug Miss Minnie's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle.
All right. So, yeah, we're probably going to look to press quite a bit to try and see if there's some type of opening that we can bring up. So, all right. So, third statement. Totally tired, mean like exhausted?
Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was, like, totally a terrible situation.
No wonder then that the car accident happened, huh? So then, why didn't you ask to switch places?
Huh? Like, what are you talking about?
I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her.
True.
But, like, I don't, like, have a driver's license.
That is completely wrong.
This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Minnie.
Miss Minnie, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, anyway.
Okay, so... There we go. And present and...
Objection!
Miss Minnie, that was a lame lie just now.
Like, what do you mean?
I know you had a license back then. This photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Minnie?
That's right. Yeah, like, I had a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident.
No, you couldn't have. You were seriously injured. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hadi, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. That was... yeah.
What? So, you talking about that perverted fake clinic director?
Yes, that perverted fake clinic director.
No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November.
November?
accident happened last May. That was half year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What the? That's what happened, Mr. Wright? At the time of the accident, Miss Minnie did not have a driver's license?
Could I and my whip will accommodate?
Yeah, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers.
I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I was like, don't think my sis would have like let me drive.
Don't just stand there yourself. You Junior, with the whip and the pain.
Miss Minnie, why do you think you would have not been allowed to drive anyway? Like that's because
I think the situation calls for a more detailed testimony, Miss Minnie, if you please.
like how annoying. Oops, like sorry, didn't mean to be mean.
All right.
Like around that time, I was like really close to getting my license. My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She like just had gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She like would say things like, "No way, I'm letting a new drive my car." So like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too.
I see. Bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. Alright.
Alright. Pressing the third.
This is a new car?
Yeah. She had like just gotten it. It was like from the UK.
UK. Are those her boyfriends and...
Judge.
I am...
Lord help me, I'm surrounded by idiots.
Bruh.
It's moments like these that you just sympathize with Scar's statement. I'm surrounded by idiots. And it was like a real special model. She had waited a whole year for it to arrive.
Guess her love of cars would be
The obvious next topic.
I don't know. Your Honor. Yes?
Please have the witness append what she just said to her testimony.
In the part about it being a special import car.
Yes,
Well, if you like cars that much, then.
that's not my point. To be honest, I don't know what the point is either.
Miss Minnie, will you please fix your testimony?
Sure, whatever.
Alright.
Alright. Going back to the news clipping here. I want to see something.
Huh.
Objection!
Miss Minnie, you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You said you had said in it. I opened the right door. Oh! That would be correct. This is on the assumption that these are actually taking place in the Americas. If it was an imported car, the passenger side would be on the left side, not the right side. That's correct, isn't it?
Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that?
Your Honor, which side is the passenger's seat, the left or the right?
Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side.
That would be if it were an American car. But it would be opposite in pretty much, or I should say, yeah, North American, yeah, it's on, the passenger would be on the right. But for other international areas, it would be on the left. It would be the opposite in a British car.
Opposite.
The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be on the left side.
What do you mean by this?
Miss Minnie, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, that means you were in the driver's seat. Okay, so yeah, she was driving. Wait. This is not... Wait a second. Is Phoenix going to imply something that I think he's about to imply?
Order. Order in the court. Order. Order.
Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. And he said the person who was driving was her oldest sister, Minnie.
That's what he said, yes. But that's where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. Connect all... No, wait. What? Okay. Connect all of us, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. God. Any, mini, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If he hollers, let it. God damn it. Alright. Who's wait a second.
I'm gonna save right here. Because what is okay. After all, that makes her just. Which leads us to the next question. Next question? Who is the person standing at the So the person that died wasn't Mimi. That is okay. That's a twist I did not expect. Okay. I'll tell you what her name really is. Witness's real name is. Mini. Oh boy. Mini. That's what. Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, it does make sense because of the license that was the license that the clinic was specializing in plastic surgeries.
Objection!
Of all the foolish dribble. How do you explain her appearance?
The witness had several facial burns when she was admitted to the hospital. So for the purposes of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture.
Facial reconstruction surgery?
This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. So her younger sister died at the crash.
What? Minnie, she died in that car accident.
That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case.
Then, the body they found at the crash site.
That was the body of the real Minnie. Isn't that right, Miss Minnie? Okay, so that's okay. So, yeah, she really was drugged and really had the accident, but she was able to still escape, and the crash cost her sister her life. That's why she had. That's the motive. The car accident was 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Minnie. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Innie. With this, she effectively erased Minnie from existence. Although, if there is... hey, Astro Dude. Okay, so... I'm guessing, yeah. But the case is that, yeah, Mimi did crash the car, and Innie ended up dying, not Mimi. But I will say, this does have sort of like a plot hole as far as like sort of like an overall gaming writing perspective. Dental records. If there was enough of the remains of Innie's body to be able to check dental records, it would have been able to connect sort of like the actual deceased to the identity of Minnie. So this plan would not have been able to work. So I know they're presenting this as the actual thing that's sort of like going on in game, yeah. But, oh, I have no idea why I'm... Not sure why. Sorry about that. I'm not even sure why. I must have accidentally pressed it, so... I'm sure you can see why many had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash. Yep. However, that would not have been possible. Because Mimi Minnie was still, in fact, alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. Ah, okay. Because, yeah, like, the theory that I had sort of like both, well, quote unquote, Annie and Morgan sort of being in coercion with each other as far as this particular plan. Yeah, it was sound. But the one thing that I was sort of like not seeing in that particular moment is why would the circumstances facilitate the coercion between the two of them? So I was on the right track, and I was right, but sort of lacked the connective tissue that sort of like led A going into B. So yeah. So this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs, and that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Whoa, Miss Annie. Miss... Why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Minnie. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? Become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi Minnie wanted her old self to disappear because of this. Newspaper clipping 1, because of... That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. Oh, the mistake was caused by... Oh, okay. Okay, so... Okay, yeah, okay, that's why I went into the automatic assumption that the doctor did, in fact, drug her, because I was still under the assumption that he actually was responsible for the malpractice incident. So, like, yes, he was a bad doctor and sort of like worked his staff to the bone, and definitely deserves some punishment for that. But it was actually her mistake. Okay, that's more so where my mistake is, as far as like sort of like context and stuff like that. So A nurse by the name of Minnie Minnie. That's right, the person standing before us today. A few weeks after this mishap, Minnie Minnie had a car accident, which she lost her younger sister.
The timing couldn't have been worse.
14 patients dying in that incident and her own sister's life extinguished. It's all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister.
Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination.
That jerk. The fact that we're not even bringing up the whole point of the coercion and the motive that Morgan Fay had in colluding in all this, that is kind of concerning right now. Jerk. Only thought of that channeling mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo? Becoming Innie has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling? The occult? I hate it. I hate it all.
I believe there are still some unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Minnie choose to go to such a complicated plan?
Why did Miss Morgan... Yeah, I was about to say. Why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her?
Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear.
The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay.
This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Francisca von Karma.
I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss Von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is.
And put him up for good measure.
Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix. Phoenix! I think, in all honesty, Phoenix, I understand sort of like gloating for a little bit, but that was totally deserved.
This court is a fraud, a sham. Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict.
Hey, not guilty. And keeping the continuity, Phoenix is not even on the...
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Is the Phoenix awake? I didn't even notice that I had gone overtime, but wow. Von Karp should have been arrested for assault there. yeah, that is also true. Phoenix did kind of deserve it, but yeah, she should also have been arrested, so. Congratulations, Maya.
Sis. It's good to see you, Maya.
It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing?
Sis. I didn't kill anyone, did I?
Are you talking about... Maya is not the only one that can channel the spirit of Mia. Remember, Mia is dead. And Maya's not the only spirit medium that can contact her. Yeah, it's the little girl, Pearly.
A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. Familiar scent. I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi Minnie had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then you and Lana would have witnessed quite a scene. Possessed Maya Fey, who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick. Congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know, but I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm hoping this does not become a theme. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, now my aunt. Hey, Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt did something so horrible. Why would she help Minnie with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please, I need an answer. Early. 4 years from now, a new master would be born into Parain Village. And that person will be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? The branch family, my aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearls. Everything was done for her sake? It was also that Pearls would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think that she was saying thoughts. Date and time unknown. My precious Pearl. You're the only one suitable to be the master of the Parain to your child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder. I cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It's all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. That Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Huh. Alright. And with that... Ooh, Francesca is going to be back with us on this one, so... Alright. Let's go ahead and save, and yeah, did not realize how late I ended up streaming tonight. But yeah, that will do it for tonight. And next week we'll be starting episode 3.
Man, oh boy, that was a long, 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 long trial that we had to go through. But okay, so but we were able to stick it out through to the very, very end. So yeah, thank you all for joining me tonight. A little overtime doesn't hurt every now and then. Yes, it certainly does not. So yeah, so tomorrow, we will be continuing with Trails of Cold Steel 3. Hopefully things will go well with work tomorrow. I'm hoping that things will go well. Be able to get our friend X Deadly S'more X back with us. But if not, we should be able to sort of like be able to get through with any kind of contingencies that we can come up with for that. But for the time being, obviously, like with any of the other Trails of Cold Steel streams, we are going to be setting for the scheduled 7 p.m. Central Time start time. But if I do have a chance to be able to start earlier than that, I will be sure to let you guys know, make an announcement, and hopefully do either a 1 or 2 hour earlier start time with that. So once again, thank you all for joining me tonight, and hope that you all enjoyed tonight's stream. So let's see who is available tonight. Who can I send you guys to for tonight's bounty raid? Just give me one moment. Let's see. There's a few people I could probably send you off to. You know, let's go for one of my tried and true VTuber friends. Let's go to Hazy. Hazy Nev playing apparently some Haste tonight. Yeah, let's go ahead and give Hazy, our wonderful undead Wyvern Lich VTuber, the raid tonight. So feel free to copy and utilize the raid message we have prepared for you. Also, feel free to add in whatever emotes you wish in combination with that. And if you guys would like to join us on this bounty mission of giving love and support to awesome streamers out there, I would very much appreciate it if you can join us for that. So, with all that said and done, hope you all had a wonderful day. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Have fun, take care, and God bless to you all. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Time to send you out on your bounty mission. See you all next time. Bye, everybody.